review how to create campaigns, forms and campaigns on Spring, because that's actually one of the core of your nonprofit is to acquire new members, to acquire new donations, to create events and to sell tickets, or to create online store to sell products that you might sell to your members, donors, etc. So there's a specific features that allows you to create forms and campaigns. We're gonna talk about it in detail. Hopefully, it's gonna last between something around 30 minutes. So the different things that we're gonna see together are everything surrounding how to set up a campaign. We're going to take the example of the membership campaign, and we're going to see how to duplicate that for donation, events, etc. We're going to review how to share a campaign and how to monitor a campaign. We're also going to talk about the different specificities. Since we're going to take the example of a membership campaign, we talk about the specificities of donations, specificities of events, and specificities of online store. And last but not least, we're going to simulate a membership. And also look at all the automation that are triggered on Springly following a membership. Voilà. Let's jump right in. So before drilling into the setup of a membership campaign, there are two things that you must have a look at on Springly when you start a membership campaign, a campaign of any kind. It's the to make sure that you have activated the necessary features and that you have activated the necessary settings. Let me explain that to you very quickly. So first and foremost, you need to go to the settings center and make sure that within the settings center, the right features are activated. Very good. So at the bottom left corner, manage features. You have different features that might or might not be enabled. So membership, donation, events, online store, request for membership. Those are the kind of features that you might want to have a look at to make sure that they're activated, because they might actually be disabled just for user experience purposes and for your platform not to be too sturdy. So just make sure that those are activated if you want to create any of those. And then what you need to look at is within the preferences here, forms and campaigns. You will find here all the specific settings that you might need to activate to run your campaign properly. We have a lot of options that are actually available, but we don't show all those options by default. Once again, to have a better user experience and to make your platform less sturdy. So have a look at it, at all the options. I've activated all of them, well, nearly all of them, just to present to you how everything can be set up on the membership campaign. But once again, make sure that the right options are activated as you go. For example, just to give you a few examples, within those options that might be disabled by default, there is how to limit the number of registrants in a specific form, how to limit the numbers of attendees on a specific membership plan, for example, the ability to create discounts for specific groups of people, the ability to put in place automatic membership renewals, for example, lifetime memberships, for example. Those are the type of options that might be disabled by default. So make sure that everything that you need is activated and you can disable the rest. Okay, that being said, let's jump right into how to set up a membership campaign. Okay, so you're going to go into forms and campaigns. And within forms and campaigns, you're going to select the type of campaign you want to set up. Is it a membership campaign to acquire new members, a donation campaign to get donation from your members or prospects or whoever, events if you want to create an event and sell tickets for that event, online store if you want to sell products. For the sake of the example, we're going to choose a membership campaign, but rest assured that first we're going to see the differences between all those campaigns, the different specificities, but also if you know how to manage membership campaign, you know how to manage everything, basically. Let's open membership campaign. So, two things. First, we're going to try to create a membership campaign, and then just for the to have a very nice looking membership campaign, we're going to take an example of an existing membership campaign. First, when you create a membership campaign, you have different options, different choice that you need to make at the very beginning. Indeed, let me actually open that in a new tab. When you create a new membership form, you need to select what type of membership you want to put in place. And we've got different options, which are basically activated within the settings and the features options that we saw before. First is, what type of campaign do you want to run? Is it an immediate campaign or a request for membership? An immediate campaign, basically, it's the most common kind. It's basically you got members arriving on your website, they subscribe to they register to your campaign, they pay online, and they become a member straight away. There's no validation process on your end. For a request for membership, you might want to be able, you might want to choose that option if you need to validate a membership before the member really becomes a member to your nonprofit. So what will happen in that case is that a member will go on your website, register to the campaign. At the end of the funnel, he or she will send the membership application. You will review on your end. You will get notification. You will review the membership on your end, and if you hit the validate button on your end, then a payment notification will be sent automatically to the member, to a potential member, in order for them to pay and to really become a member of your organization. So it's really like a sort of a validation process that is actually automated on the platform. Let's take an example of an immediate membership. Second thing that you need to choose is what type of members are going to be concerned by that campaign. Is it people, persons, or entities? We've got the possibilities to add different type of components, so to say, within the CRM, people or entities. You might want to choose one or the other. Let's choose persons for this one. Last but not least, once you have selected this type of campaign, then you need to choose whether it's going to be a normal membership campaign or is it going to be an automatic renewal membership campaign. In case of an automated renewal membership campaign, at the end of the membership period that you will define, automatically the members will be renewed within that campaign for the same period of time and using the same debit or credit card that they used for the payment at first. So it's really like a complete automation of the membership process and also with the right notification sent to the members, alerting them that their membership is coming to an end, that they will be renewed automatically, etc., etc. This is completely taken care of by the platform automatically. Let's take an example of a membership campaign. So when you hit that button, classical membership campaign, this first one, then you're taken to the configuration panel of that membership campaign. So we're not going to do on that. We're going to take, as I said before, the example of an existing membership campaign in order for everything to be already completed. So let's indeed take the example of that campaign that is already completely implemented. So let's just edit that campaign to see exactly how to configure the campaign. Well, so you will arrive on that page, basically. When you set up a campaign, you've got three tabs: configuration, share, and members. Configuration is basically how to set up your campaign. It's literally there on that tab that you will set up everything that you need to do for your campaign to be completely up and running. Share is how you want to share that campaign with your community. Is it through a link? Is it going to be embedded on your website, on the next on website, etc., etc. And members is basically where you will monitor all the members that will participate to that campaign, to your campaign. Let's dive into a configuration panel for that campaign. First, it's so basically it is 5 steps. Very easy. First, it's the general information for that campaign. Very simple, very straightforward. A title, an image, a description. This is going to be the homepage, the front page of your campaign. So put as many information as you want. So for that campaign, I try to sell a little bit the campaign, to present the different perks and benefits, so to say, of the campaign. If I want to add terms and conditions to become a member, I can do that if I want. I can also add a contact information for that campaign if people have questions before registering, etc., etc. Those will appear on the front page of the campaign. We'll see how it's presented later on. Once you've done that, very simple, very straightforward. I want to say the most important part is basically defining the different pricing plan packages that you will sell to your community. So for memberships, you've got different plans that you can sell. You've got literally real membership plans. So if I hit new plan, you can add a new membership plan. We'll see how it's working. But also on top of it, if you want, you can also sell. You can propose your members to make a donation, or you can also suggest them to buy a product from your online store. If you have an online store, you can also suggest to them to buy, I don't know, like a cap, a t-shirt, etc., whatever you have within your online store. So basically, that's upselling, so to say, within your membership campaign. You've got also optional services if you need them to activate a few things or to add a specific tag. You can do that using the optional services. Once you have selected the type of membership that you want to sell, so let's assume that let's actually enter that specific plan. So the way to set up a plan is very simple, very straightforward. It's a title, a price, a few options. Is it free? Do you want people to choose their own amount? That's very kind of tricky, but that can exist from time to time. Is it a membership that is from date to date, from the date of activation to a date to another date? Is it for a number given of month starting at the payment date? Is it a lifetime membership? So basically for life, starting at the activation date, etc., etc. It's completely for you to choose the type of membership that you wanna have in terms of price, period, etc. On top of it, you've got a few options that you can activate. So for example, you can limit the number of participants for this specific plan. If you don't have like for a specific membership plan, if you cannot go over, I don't know, like 100 people having that specific membership plan, you can restrict that with a max number of participants. And once again, this particular option by default is not activated. Specifically, this can be very useful when you sell tickets through events. If you have, for example, early bird tickets, that can be very useful because you might want to limit the number of early bird tickets that you sell, and that's going to be activated. That's going to be set up here, but it needs to be activated within the settings as we saw before. You might want to be able to show or hide the price by default. If you want to add people to a certain group right after their membership, it's possible, etc., etc. So you've got a few options here that are pretty much straightforward, but just know that those options exist. And if they do not appear here, that means that they're actually hidden within the setting center. There is no limitation in terms of packages, so you can add as many packages as you want, as many plans as you want. If you have a lot of plans, you might want to create sections. So it's at the bottom of it here. I had a price group in order for indeed to have a presentation of those plans that is actually less sturdy. So in that case, I have all the plans. I've got also all the upsells because I do have upsells with t-shirts and cups, cups only, t-shirts only, etc. And I also got extras, etc. You can also you might want to add a discount price. Different discount price are possible. You can have discount price for large, not large members, but large. If a member takes several memberships at the same time for his family, for example, so large families discount, for example, that's an example here. You might want to define, okay, at what after how many tickets, how many membership you receive a discount, etc. If you belong to a certain group of people, so for example, former members of last year, you might want to get a discount for the next membership, etc., etc. This is possible here. In order to add a discount, you just need to specify the type of discount you need, and then who will benefit from that discount. So indeed, is it a certain group of people, or is it after a certain number of of membership that you take that you get a discount, etc., etc. Next step, very important. Oh, well, actually, within the same step, you might also want to activate or not. It's completely your choice. Reminders. So this is not automated renewals, but this is automated reminders. If you activate email reminders, basically at the end of the membership period, members will automatically receive a notification that their membership is coming to an end and that they need to renew using, and you can, it will redirect them to the campaign. So nothing more than that is automated. They don't, they are not enrolled in a new membership automatically, but at least they are enrolled in a new, in a funnel of emails that they receive. I think they receive 5 emails, 2 before the membership, 2 after the membership has expired, and 1 on the day, I think. If they have not renewed yet, of course. Voilà for that. Next step, third step to set up a campaign, very important, is the type of information you want to collect on your members. So by default, you will collect first name, last name, but you can select among the structure of your database that you have here. This is the exact structure of your database that you see here. You will select the type of information you want to gather on your members. And some you don't want to gather, some are optional, some are required. It's for you to choose for each and every field of your database, the one that are required and the one that are optional, and the one that you don't want to collect at all. There you go. Very simple. Next, payment options. Basically, quite straightforward. The type of payment you want to be able to collect, payment method you can propose to your members to pay for the membership. We've got online payment, of course. Offline payment is also possible. If you select offline payment, just don't forget to write, for example, where they should send the checks, for example, and stuff like that. A few options underneath that is, do you want to send them a personal receipt and confirmation email with along with the automated emails that is sent out by the platform automatically? On top of that, especially the case for donation, do you want to issue the tax receipt automatically once the payment is acknowledged? And also a few other options that once again are have been activated on that platform but might not be activated by default on your platform is, do you want to limit the number of participants for the entire campaign, not specifically for the for a membership price as we've seen before, but for the entire campaign? Do you want to restrict the number of registration one person can make on that membership, etc., etc.? Do you also want to receive notifications for that, etc. So those are just a few other options that are possible. Once again, I've activated everything, so that's why everything shows up. But if you don't need to have everything showing up, you can deselect and disable a few things here and there within the Setting Center. Last step is the publication. Where do you want to publish that membership campaign? Is it from a link? Is it going to be on your website that you have designed on Springly, or is it an offline type of membership campaign? So you will just select the type of how to access the form. So if it's from a link, as here, you will just select, okay, can anyone see the link? Or do you have custom rules? And then custom rules, basically, you can restrict the accessibility of the link to certain groups of people within your database. So to existing members, to some specific group that you have created, or is it enabled to everyone, etc. I'm going to choose anybody with a link. It's actually indeed recommended. And then, last but not least, even though it's actually optional, you can define whether this form will be available anytime, or is it going to be restricted in terms of period for a limited amount of time. So, for example, for this one, it is actually it's been open since 2021, and it's coming to an end in 2024 on the 31st of May 2024. It's completely random, but you can define the date. So, for example, for an annual membership campaign, you might want to restrict, I don't know, from September 1st to October 31st or something like that. If you want to restrict to 2 months your membership period. Voilà. So and once everything is set up, should not take you more than 30 minutes. You can publish. Let's hit publish. Once this is done, what will happen is that you will be redirected directly to a share campaign, to the share tab, and within that tab, you will be able to define. I mean, not to define, but you will a link will be issued automatically by the platform. It's a share and underneath share and promote. You have the link to your campaign, and you can also you've got also the iframe line of code that is available that allows you to embed that campaign on an external website. Very important. If you've got any doubt on how this is working, you can search for the help center iframe link, how it's actually working, and you got articles that explains how it's actually working. Underneath, a few other options in terms of redirection once the purchase has been made. Does it appear within the agenda, etc. And also, if you want to share that on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, there's also a few things, a few links that can be used automatically, and that will allow you to create the posts on Facebook, for example, automatically in a few clicks. That will be done automatically. And members will basically that's going to be there. That's where you will follow, you will monitor everyone who participates to that campaign. Before doing that, what we're going to do, I'm going to present the few differences that you will find between memberships and donation, memberships and events, and membership and online store. There's a few differences, very, not too many, very brief. The first, concerning donations. The only difference with donation that you have, let me actually go to the donation, and let's enter that donation campaign, edit. The only main difference that you will find is within the donation, the second sub-tab underneath configurate, is whether you want to set up one-time donations or recurring donations. So indeed, when you add a donation option, you just have the choice between one-time donation and recurring donations. This is the only difference. The rest that we saw together is exactly the same. I mean, forms is basically the information that you want to gather on your donors. Payment options is how you want people to be able to pay, etc., etc. Another thing that is actually specific on a donation, I was going to forget about it, is about tax receipt, of course. So when you make donations, you want to be able to issue tax receipt. So you might activate that straight away when the donation is made. But you can also monitor the tax receipts that are actually sent out to people through when you hit the donation tab within forms and campaigns. Here, donation tab, you arrive here, and then from here you can hit the tax receipt tab, and there you have the basically the how to monitor your tax receipt. So you can export all your tax receipt. You can set up and customize your tax receipt if you want. So if you click here, you can customize with the organization details that will appear on your tax receipt. So the EIN number of your organization, for example, the legal name of your organization, the legal representative of your organization, his title, etc., etc. Also, you can indeed view all the tax receipts that has been issued as of today, and so you've got also a status on each and every one of them. If, for example, a donation has been cancelled, then the tax receipt will be cancelled, etc. So that's why there is a status cancelled and valid. Voilà. Voilà for that. And but apart from that, those two items, things, I mean, how to set up a donation campaign is exactly the same as for membership. For events, let's indeed enter into an event to see the difference that we have. Volunteer, let's actually enter that event. The only difference that you will find with your memberships, so again, it's the exact same presentation, but the only difference will actually be within the Share tab. It's the ability to control the control tickets at the entrance, and also to have a ticket book. So if you use that particular feature, you will be able to scan tickets at the entrance, because when you issue tickets, so basically when people participate in an event, instead of receiving the membership receipts that they're going to receive in case of a membership, they're going to receive a ticket with the detail of the event, the detail of the transaction, etc., but also alongside a QR code. And that QR code will enable you to scan the tickets at the entrance, and also to have a very refined view of who participated to the event or not, and also to control people who want to enter the event if it's a physical event. So this is the main difference. Other difference, you can issue an attendees list if you want, and again, you can also generate a ticket book. That's the only difference. Other difference between memberships and online store. Online store, the only thing that is really different is there's actually two things. First, regarding online store, the main difference is the ability to create inventories. So if you have a very thorough and refined online store, when you have, for instance, you have 100 t-shirts, 50 caps, and 75 cups, you might want to be you might want to be able to control the number of pieces that you buy and you sell. So what you're going to do is you're going to create an inventory, a stock, so to say, for for those specific items that you're selling. So what's going to happen? You're going to create a new stock item, and you're going to declare how many you have bought at what price, and then automatically, when you sell one of those products through the online store, it will be deduced from that total. You will have the number of sold items and the number of available items, etc. That way, you can control how many is left over, if you need to buy again a few things here and there, etc. And this is also used within the accounting in order to declare stocks, inventories, and stock management within the accounting section. So that's the only difference, again, that exists between memberships and online store. Okay, that being said, let's actually dive right in and simulate actually a membership. So let's go back Oops, not the forms and campaigns, memberships. So let's access the membership campaign. You can actually view it online right here. Here, you will be redirected automatically to the membership campaign. So this is what people will see. Well, I'm connected with the admin account, so that's why there is an edit form button. But apart from that, everything people will exactly see that. So this is the front page that we have designed together: the image, the title, the information here, the different contact information, the registration date also, and all the different options, a presentation of the different plans, etc. So this is once again just the replication, nicely put, nicely designed, of all the options that you have selected when you have configured your campaign. So people will arrive there, they will click on register, and they will enter the funnel. So in order to create actually a new member, let's actually use a name, whatever, Joan Travolta, for example. John Travolta, let's assume he's actually an adult. He's going to get an adult membership. It's going to take one cup, and he's actually also registering to the Hunger in America program, for example. Confirmation email address, John Travolta at yahoo.com, for example. And he's agreed to, let's assume he's agreeing to the terms and conditions, and continue. There you go. So next, you've got the form for John Travolta. So you collect information on this member. Indeed, you've got with an asterisk the different information that are actually mandatory. So mobile phone number, for example, is actually mandatory at 465, for example. The rest is actually not mandatory. Let me check if there is mandatory or not. So we can click a few things here and there just for the sake of the presentation for your website. Address. This is actually this allows you to have a very quick way to select an address. For example, there we go. You can then continue. You're gonna have a recap of that of the basket, and now you're gonna confirm. Oops, there we go. And automatically they will arrive on the membership on the membership payment page. I've just opened for the sake of the presentation just offline payment via cash and check. I don't have online payment that is actually available, but it would appear as another option that is actually possible if you have clicked online payment. And you have also, of course, the information that we have selected. If you select check, where should I actually send a check that I have? Let's confirm. Perfect. Good for us. Please send the payment to your organization because it's indeed a payment via check. So this is actually what the members has experienced in order to take his membership. Now let's actually go back on the platform on the admin side to understand precisely what has happened for that specific membership and how it trickles down into the system. Very simple. You go back on memberships. We can actually access the manage members. So the third tab of that campaign. And what you can see is that first, a new transaction has appeared for John Travolta with the different options. Payment that is done via check. Right now, no payment because indeed we need to receive the check in order to validate the payment. Creation date, it's actually the transaction date, etc. Let's actually drill into that transaction to actually understand exactly what happened. Okay, so a few things. First, let's actually go from here. Yes, very good. This is the control panel of the transaction. You've got a few information that are actually dreadfully important. The date of the transaction, who has ordered the transaction. It's actually me because I was connected with my account. But the confirmation email address I did put John Travolta. You've got a receipt that is going to be issued automatically by the platform once the payment is acknowledged. And then you've got the sale in itself who made the sale, what type of items were actually bought during the sale, etc. Let's do a few things. First, let's actually acknowledge the payment. Let's assume that we did receive a check. So if you click there, new, you will have the possibility to register a cash-in of $25 via check, for example, from John Travolta, Bank of America, for example, and a check number, and you save. So automatically, the payment has been registered. If we refresh the page, there we go. Now the payment has been settled. The payment receipt has been sent, and indeed we can actually open that. This is the receipt that John Travolta will actually receive with all the information from the nonprofit, the detail of the transaction itself, with a few mandatory information. Then, also what will be synchronized automatically is the creation of a profile within your CRM for John Travolta. So indeed, if you click here, you will have access to his profile with all the information that we have filled in during the membership funnel. And indeed, so you've got the email address, 44 Broadway, okay. He's actually a member of my food bank, perfect. Within the profile, we have all the information that we did implement together. The few things we didn't complete much, but at least everything that we have completed appear here. And then you've got the summary of all the activity that John had with the nonprofit. So mainly, since he's actually just a new member, the membership that he has taken today for 12 months. So we've got everything that is implemented within the database. Other thing that is automated is the link with the accounting, and that is very important. This is quite thoroughly detailed within the accounting demo video. But just to give you a snapshot, all the records regarding the accounting are booked and recorded automatically on the right accounts. So if you select if you display the accounting entries, you can see that this cell has generated automatically, triggered automatically, two items within sales, a sale of product, because indeed he has bought a t-shirt and a t-shirt or a cup, I don't remember, and also the membership in itself, which are two different accounts. Also on the payment side, the right balance between debit and credit is made between the bank check deposit and the account receivable, etc. So the right records has been booked within your accounting automatically. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to go back into your accounting to double entry everything, etc. Everything is done automatically. Voila. And indeed, if you will now return to the participant list, the only thing that has changed is the status of the payment, which is now paid. A few things on top that are important on that page, actually, is a few things that you can do to contact, for example, potentially your members. If you want to sort your members by payment method, by status of payment, also, if you want to look at all the people payment status here that did not pay yet, or partial payment, for example, did not pay yet. There's a few of them actually. There's eight people. I can very simply select them and send them a message very simply. You want to try to pay? Oh, yes, I've got a limit actually to 5 people because this is actually a demo platform. But if I select, let's assume up the first 3 ones, I can send a message very easily to those people, just saying, okay, we didn't receive the payment yet for that subscription. Can you settle that in the next few days, etc., etc. Done very easily in a couple of clicks. The same for a payment method or sort by status if you need to sort people by status. Voilà. I think this is it. I've told you everything that I know. Remember, also very important, if you have any questions, any doubts, use the help panel. You've got like tons of articles that explains how things are actually working on the platform, and it's actually thoroughly explained. So if you've got a doubt, for example, I don't know, on how tax receipts are issued for donation, you just type in, I don't know, tax receipts, for example, and then you've got everything. How to set up parameters for issuing tax receipt, set up and manage your tax receipt, the transaction linked to the tax receipt, etc., etc. Everything is explained here in detail. You don't need to worry about it. Voilà. I hope this is clear. And talk to you soon.